Hi everyone, CBSE Class 10 Math. This is a video solution to the sample paper given by the CBSE Board for Term 2 of academic year 21-22. This is the standard version of the paper. We will be looking at two questions in this video. Both these questions are from the chapter Surface Areas and Volumes. The concepts that we will be looking at are basically surface areas of cone, surface areas of cylinder, volumes of sphere and cylinder. These are the concepts we will be looking at. One question is from section A, which is a 2-mark question, and the second question is from section C, which is a 4-mark question. Let's get started. Let's start with the question in section A. The curved surface area of a right circular cone is 12,320 centimeters square. CSA is given for a cone. If the base radius is 56 centimeters, find its height is what the question is. Let's start by writing down what is the formula to compute the curved surface area of a cone. The curved surface area of a cone, the formula is pi RL. R is the base radius, L is not the height as we know, L is the slant height. This is given to be equal to 12,320. The other data that we have is that radius is equal to 56 centimeters. 12,320 centimeters square and 56 centimeters. So step 1, what we are going to be doing is computing the value of L. What is the slant height? So let's plug in the values. Let's take R to be equal to 56 and take pi to be at 22 by 7. 22 by 7 times 56, which is the radius, times the slant height is equal to 12,320. There is only one variable, which is the slant height. Solve for it, solve this, do the calculation, get the value of L. Let's complete it. 7 cancels with 56 to leave us with an 8. So slant height L is equal to 12,320 divided by 22 times 8. 22 cancels with 123 as a 5. So 110 gone, that will leave us with a 13. 13 and a 2 is a 132, that will cancel with this 22 to leave us with a 6, and then there is a 0. So slant height L is equal to 560 by 8, which is equal to this 560 by 8 is equal to 70 centimeters. So step 1, we wanted to find out the slant height, we have found that. Step 2, we are going to be finding out the height. We know that the slant height, and radius essentially form a right triangle. Radius, height of the cone and slant height will form a right angle triangle, but the slant height is a hypotenuse and radius and height are the perpendicular sides. You know, this is equal to 70, we computed in the last step, and this is given in the question as a 56. So all that is left is finding out the value of the height. So height by Pythagoras theorem is equal to square root of L square minus R square, which in our case is going to be equal to 70 square minus 56 square. This is easy to compute. 56 square is going to take a while, not too difficult, but let's make even that calculation easy. Look at the 70. 70 is 14 times 5. What is 56? 56 is 14 times 4. So we're going to be writing both 70 and 56 as multiples of 14. So 70 can be written as 5 times 14 square and 56 can be written as 4 times 14 square. So this 14 square is common to both these terms, can be taken common outside, and when it comes to the square root, it's going to be equal to a 14. So 14 times square root of what is left? A 5 square minus 4 square. This is easy calculation. 25 minus 16 is a 9, square root of 9 is a 3. So the height is equal to 14 times 3, which is equal to 42 centimeters, right? So other than this bit of calculation, this is a very simple straightforward question. Let's move on to the next question. This question is a section C question, 4-mark question. So entails a few steps. Let's get started with the question. Let's see what data is given and what we need to find out. We need to find out actually two things in this question. Data given as internal and external radii of a spherical shell are 3 and 5 centimeters respectively. We are talking about a spherical shell, which essentially is a hollow sphere, right? It is melted and recast into a solid cylinder of diameter 14 centimeters. Make a note of it, it's diameter, it's not radius. Find the height of the cylinder, that's part 1. Also compute the TSA of the cylinder, given take pi to be equal to 22 by 7. The crux of solving this question is essentially when you recast one object into another, the volume of these two objects are going to be same. So essentially the volume of spherical shell is equal to the volume of the cylinder. So this is the basis for computing the first part, to compute the height of the cylinder, which is what we are going to be doing first. Once we get the height of the cylinder, then we'll compute, we already have the diameter, therefore we know the radius, we can compute the total surface area. That can be done in a jiffy. We'll do this part first. What data do we have for the spherical shell? We have its external radii, we'll call that as RE, which is equal to 5 centimeters, and we have its internal radii, let's call it as Ri, that is equal to 3 centimeters. These are only relevant data that we need. For a sphere, what do you need? You just need the radius to compute its volume, right? It's a spherical shell, so you need the external volume, internal volume. Subtract the internal hollow space volume from the external volume, you get this volume of the spherical shell. For a cylinder, what do we have? We'll have to compute the height, which is what the question is about. Radius is given. If the diameter is 14 centimeters, radius is equal to 7 centimeters. So let's equate the volume on both sides. The volume of the spherical shell is equal to 4 by 3 pi into Re cube minus Ri cube. So essentially the external volume minus the internal volume. This is equal to pi into R square into H. We are trying to find out the value of H. R is known, Re is known, Ri is known. Pi is there on both sides, so don't bother about writing it as a 22 by 7. Pi gets cancelled with pi when you divide both sides by a pi. Plug in the values, so we have a 4 by 3 into Re cube is a 5 cube minus a 3 cube. This is equal to 7 square, which is R square times H. So H is equal to bringing this 7 square down and simplifying some of these parts as we do it, which is a 4 by 3 into 5 cube is what we have, 125 minus 3 cube, which is a 27. This is equal to 49H is what we have, right? Quickly check out, yes, that's what we have. 125 minus 27 is a 98, so 4 into 98 divided by 3 times 49, get the 49 down to the denominator. This is the value of the height. 49 cancels with 98 to leave us with a 2. 4 times 2 is equal to 8. 8 by 3 centimeters is the height of the cylinder, right? We needed to find out the height of the cylinder, which is part 1, we have found it. We equated the two volumes, plugged in the values of Re, Ri and R and did the calculation to arrive at the value of H. Now step 2 is finding out the total surface area. Total surface area of a cylinder, we know the formula is equal to 2 pi R times R plus H. Do we have data for everything? Yes. Take pi to be at 22 by 7. So that's 2 times 22 by 7. R is given, which is equal to 7 centimeters plus times 7 plus 8 by 3 is the height that we computed. 7 gets cancelled with 7. That leaves us with a 44 times 3 is a common denominator. 21 plus 8 is 29 divided by 3. 44 into 29. Let's do the calculation normally itself. So this is 29 times 44. This is 36, 3, 8 plus 3, 11. So 116 is what we have, 6, 7, 2, 1. So this is equal to 1276 divided by 3. 1200 by 3 is a 400, 75 by 3 is a 25. So 425 and 1/3. So 425.33. This is surface area, so it's going to be a square of a unit. What unit? Centimeters. So 425.33 centimeters square is the total surface area of the cylinder. So this is again a very easy question. Yes, it entailed quite a few steps, and the numbers that we got as answers were not whole numbers, were not full numbers, they were fractions. To that extent, it's a little bit tedious, but not difficult in terms of a concept. Before you leave, I want you to do two things. One, sign up at online.maxtute.com to get started with CBSE Class 10 Math online tuitions. It takes all of 5 minutes and less than 3 steps to get started. And second thing, I want you to subscribe to this channel and turn on notifications so that you get notified every time a new video is uploaded. Spread the word about this channel to your friends and classmates.